Claire Saunders from What's New in Electronics. I'm here with Toby Gasston from Wireless Logic. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very good, thank you.
Good. How's the show been for you?
The show's fantastic. It's quite specific, I guess, in terms of a lot of these shows are quite general, and you get lots of students and people just having a general interest in all sorts of things. But here it's quite specific, technical people, everything from semiconductors to connectivity to different types of module. It's been really interesting, and everyone's been really energized, and it's been a really good session.
That's fantastic. It's good to hear. It makes a change for the UK industry to have a buzz about it. You know, we have a very challenging sector, so that's really good to hear. But Wireless Logic generally, can you tell me a little bit more about what you guys do?
Sure. So Wireless Logic, we're chiefly a connectivity provider. So the general goal for us is to be able to talk to people designing IoT solutions and going to market with them, and being able to provide them with a connectivity solution that can work anywhere. So we call it single stock keeping unit, and this concept that whether you're deploying in the UK and in the future you want to go to the Middle East or to South America, wherever it may be, we can support customers in that journey and give them appropriate connectivity solutions that will support them in that. And then also we help them with things like security, what they might want to do in terms of deployment and fulfillment. So it's that whole chain. And shows like this are really important from my perspective, because you get the opportunity to speak to people that are involved in different parts of that chain. Yeah. So I always try and put myself in the shoes of someone that's come up with a great idea and all of the different things that they have to consider. So everything from getting hold of peripherals or putting in a microcontroller or a system on chip. And it's quite daunting. You've got all of this different stuff to consider. You've got all of these different elements that any one that you get wrong can, be catastrophic. So for me, it's trying to work more with those other little parts of the chain and making sure that when the customer comes that we're available to offer our time freely and provide that kind of consultative approach without necessarily the pressure of having to sell them something every time. Just provide kind of a sounding board. Because ultimately, for us as professionals, if the customer's successful in the market, it means that we're successful. So trying to provide that support is really key.
Okay, great stuff. And I understand that you've been involved in a couple of sessions and seminars here, one particularly on sort of do's and don'ts of IoT.
Yeah, we had a session this morning. It was called Consult Twice, Design Once. So It's really this concept of people shouldn't be afraid to come and talk to industry professionals. So we went through in the session essentially designing your device from start to finish, all of the things that you could do wrong and maybe some examples we've seen from customers of what has gone wrong. And then we went back in time and tried to talk about what you would do in an ideal situation. And then we moved on to a panel event where we were talking about cryptography. We had some lady from University of York, someone from Thales and someone from Nokia, and really talking about post-quantum cryptography, stuff that's very much slightly out of my comfort zone.
High level.
Very high level, but really interesting. And the whole concept of post-quantum about how data may now today already being stored to be cracked later. And it's all quite scary if you look at it from kind of a high level, but having people that really understand it on stage, you can ask really genuine and real world questions about it. It helps make it less fearful and kind of brings it to practicality.
Level of realism, and
exactly.
Also, as you say, support, that you feel a little bit more confident that there are people there that can, help you through the process.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there a specific thing that you see in your connectivity when you're speaking to your clients, when you're looking at people that they're finding more difficult? Is there a specific sector, or is there general areas?
I think it's general. I think you've got different types of cellular module, and not all of them, they're not all the same. So you're not always comparing apples with apples. So quite often a customer may have designed something, or they may have already committed to purchase a specific type of cellular technology. And the problem is quite often that decision's being made on cost. So, say you want 10,000 cellular modules, people might just, it could be as easy as going onto Google and looking for best deals. But in practice, those modules don't necessarily work all around the world. A good example is narrowband. So that's only available on specific networks, but that's not always a piece of information that's readily shared from the entity that's selling the modules in the first place. So it's important, I think, to talk to connectivity providers before you take that step. And it's the same argument with security. You can't think about security right at the end. It has to be something you do right at the beginning, because turning backwards and trying to change something that you've already committed to or that's already in the field is almost impossible. And all those cents on the dollar that you might save by buying a specific module over another one, if it's the wrong choice, then you're just going to end up spending 10 times that
more,
one
yeah.
once you kind of get to the end of it.
Delays in the whole process.
Oh, painful, awful, yeah. And by that, I mean, if you're a small startup, then that's your whole business model is dead.
Yeah. Okay. All right, great stuff. Well, I'm so pleased that you guys have come. I'm glad that you've had a chance to network with some other people who can share sort of the impacts that you're seeing throughout the products and the challenges that you've got. And yeah, wish you for the rest of the show a really good time. And thanks very much.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Cheers.
Cheers.